Good evening, everyone, and welcome on back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't know why I'm clapping. Today we are listening to Death, and I do not mean the classic death metal band, but there's another band named Death, which I've never heard of them, never knew anything about them. Matter of fact, when I saw the recommendation, I thought it was just for Death, and I was like, better listen to them. But yeah, we're gonna listen to this track, Politicians in My Eyes, which this is really interesting. So I always pull up the Wikipedia article for, whatever I'm about to listen to for the album. And so the album was released in 2009, but it was recorded in 75. This particular track being recommended to me by David T over on the Discord. So David, appreciate it. So I couldn't help myself, and I was reading a little bit about the history. Before we even dive into the music, this is really, really interesting. In 1975, the band entered the studio to record an album. After refusing to change their name, they were turned away by Columbia Records. Only 7 songs were completed, and the album was never released. The surviving songs were released on this album in 2009. So this was recorded in 1975, but released so many years later, 30 years and so. It says just prior to the record's release, the songs were performed by Rough Francis, a band formed by the 3 sons of Death's original bassist. With the record's critical acclaim and praise from many other musicians, the 2 surviving members of Death reformed the band with the new guitars to promote the record themselves. I don't know. That's a really, really interesting history. Like, that is really cool. So I'm very curious to hear this track and a little bit from this band. Now that we have some historical context in there, let's dive on in. Politicians in My Eyes.
1, 2, 3, now!
That's a start. This is like a punk. Wow.
The number 1 biggest game is when they gain number fame. It's like a race at the top because they wanna be boss. They don't care who they step on as long as they get along. Politicians in my eyes.
Dude.
They could care less about you, they could care less about me. As long as they are put in the place that they want to be. They're always wearing small smiles, I can't go with the style. Politicians in my eyes.
Are you kidding?
Always trying to be slick when they tell us they're responsible for sending young men to die. We have waited so long for someone to come along and correct our punches wrong, but the wait's been too long.
This is crazy. That is crazy.
It's really sickening to see the way they lie on TV. Something daddy can be a better man than you see, but when decisions come, that's when they have all the fun. Politicians in my eyes. They're always trying to convince us like we don't have the sense. They look just like kings and queens, but they do real stupid things. But they use to trust in them because you're their biggest friends. Politicians in my eyes.
Drum that comes right after that.
Reaching out, shaking hands, making friends and other plans. Some will rise, some will fall, some won't even answer calls. Look ahead, see them fly, see the twinkle in their eye. Politicians, tell me why can't you hear the
guys. Grimy, that guitar tone. It's just pure destruction now. This is the bass hitting it now. Every time it comes back around, it's like it's just devolving and dissolving a little bit more and more. It's like they're actively detuning and retuning the guitar at that moment. Guys, we gotta learn about this. We have to look into this. What was that? Come on, like 1975? This was incredible. The musicianship in here was killer. God, the like machine gun rapid pace of the vocals in the verse, just bullet holes left on the paper. The drumming, very unique patterns and very unique rhythms that were being played with it and come up with there. The bass playing, especially in the interim of that space, it comes in almost like a punk pattern. And like I can't help but think that that phrase is stuck in my mind, this funk punk, because the way it moves, it has a stride, it has a strut, it has a swing, it has a movement. But then at the same time, it has this aggressive demeanor to it that you kind of want to move out of its way. But while you're moving out of its way, you kind of shashaying, right? The guitar tone is killer in here, especially in the end when it keeps on coming back in that outro, and how it continually, like I said, it sounds like they're detuning and retuning the guitar strings, like wow, 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 and it just keeps on getting more and more distressed and dissolved. 1975. This is incredible. Like really, really, really good. Good enough lyrics. Lyrics are pretty straightforward. The number one biggest game, it's when they gain the most fame. It's like a race to the top because they want to be boss. They don't care who they step on as long as they get along. Politicians in my eyes. I like how he also says in my eyes, like from his experience, from what he sees. They could care less about you, could care less about me, as long as they are to end the place that they want to be. They're always wearing false smiles. I guess it goes with the style. Politicians in my eyes. Always trying to be slick, always trying to tell us lies. They're responsible for sending young men to die. We have waited for so long for someone to come along and correct our country's law, but the wait's been too long. And it just goes out from there. I mean, continually. That is great, great lyrics, great message, great, the way that it's put out there. But musically, I am so impressed by this. The members here: Dave Hackney on guitar, Bobby Hackney on bass and lead vocals, and then Dennis Hackney on drums. All in the family, dude. That is really, really good. I'm looking at the reception for this. It says that Jack White of the White Stripes related his first reaction to hearing this. I couldn't believe what I was hearing when I was told the history of the band and what year this was recorded. It just didn't make sense. Ahead of punk, ahead of their time. Some of their music was featured in different movies. That is really good. And yeah, that's very true. Way ahead of its time. This is, you know what this is to me? They were refused and turned away because they didn't change their name. Death. Big whoop. Okay, big deal. This, I guess it was different. I can't imagine that this band wouldn't be so much more well known, so influential, if they had just gotten to release the album the way that they wanted to. Because they went to record a 12-song album. This is basically a demo, or comprised of various demos that were originally recorded back in the 70s. Yeah, that's really, really good. That's really good. Let me know what you guys thought of the track in the comments down below. I'm very impressed by that. Like, extremely impressed. Let me know your thoughts down there. Follow me in a few places that are here on the screen. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. I think that was fantastic, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll see you later. Bye.